Hello, I'm Mike Bartley, Director of the Connecticut Department of Labor Jobs First Employment Services Program, commonly referred to as the JFES program. The goal of the Jobs First program is to help people who are receiving temporary family assistance or welfare benefits to find work so that they can become independent of cash assistance and move their families out of poverty. Every participant in the program is assigned a case manager who works closely with them to overcome their barriers to employment and develops an employment plan which will put the participant on a path to employment. Special benefits are available to program participants such as childcare and transportation assistance so that the participants can achieve their employment goals. Participants engage in a variety of activities each week, ranging from job searching, attending adult education classes, participating in vocational skills training, participating in subsidized employment programs with area employers, and performing community service. This past year, we launched 2 new initiatives designed to make it easier for Jobs First clients to access our services. We welcome the opportunity to assist the participants in our program, and we've had many inspiring success stories, a few of which we'd like to share with you today.
I was a part of the displaced family from Puerto Rico because of the Hurricane Maria. We almost died in Puerto Rico. I came to Connecticut with no family, with 2 children, with almost no clothes, and I don't even know how to talk English. And at the first time I need help, so I start asking, and the people told me, you can go and try to get cash assistance.
I was doing okay, but the job went under. I worked there 2 years, and they started laying off people. And I was the new guy in the poll, so I was let go. I had to have my daughter live with friends and family while I lived in the street. So it was a desperate time for me at that time. By losing that one job and being out of work for 3 months, I lost everything.
I applied for cash assistance because my daughter needed help, I needed help, we needed funds, I didn't have a job. There wasn't no way I could make it without having cash assistance. It makes you feel like you couldn't do it on your own. That's how I felt. I couldn't take care of my daughter on my own. I don't like asking people for help. I like doing stuff on my own. So I had to bite the bullet and say, I need help.
When I was in Afghanistan, over there was a lot of fighting. Not good life over there. So for making better life, we came United States. Over there, I had job. I was teacher, and here I was at home. I want to work, then I can find job. So my husband working part-time, it was not enough for us. So we applied the cash assistance. When we came here, we had a lot of problem, language problem, car problem, everything. Every day I crying, every day.
So I went job hunting. And everything is online now. I'm 57 years old. It's hard for me to navigate through the internet without help.
My biggest barrier was trying to find a job with a felony on your record. That's hard.
I used to have 2 jobs in Puerto Rico. I used to be okay. But then starting here again, it was difficult for me.
I met Morellis through an intake appointment that I had with her for the JFES program. She was on cash assistance, and I was assigned to her as a career agent. She came in and she was in a shelter. She looked sick. She looked depressed. She was always crying.
The most thing that I appreciate talking with Elisa. I told her my story, and I remember that her eyes, she almost cried. And she told me, I feel you, Merelis, and I understand you, but you got this. That moment, I don't feel alone for that moment. I don't feel alone.
And I told her, I said, listen, I can be there tomorrow. I can lose my job anytime. You never know. And I treat everybody with respect because that's the way I would like to be treated. I think it motivates people. I helped her with the resume. We helped her with her license. We helped her with supportive services.
I was able to start working in a part-time job.
I observed in Morellis tremendous potential. We had a position open for a home visitor.
She offered me a full-time job here in Family Life Education.
And I gave her the position, and she's doing a wonderful job, wonderful job. We're very happy that we gave her that opportunity, and I think she's going places.
My life is good right now. I feel happy, and I am enjoying life with my kids and my family.
The JFES program helped me navigate the computer. They gave me bus passes, and they also gave me help getting my resume together and coaching me about how to go through a job interview.
The JFES program impacted me in so many ways. They stepped me up with bettering my resume, helping me with Rise, looking for jobs, just being there for moral support, helping when I was feeling like I couldn't get none. They always picked me back up like, listen, you gotta do this. You got a daughter, you know what I'm saying? You don't wanna go back to your old ways, which I don't wanna do. Going to a job center, they helped me focus on getting my high school diploma. From there, I came out to Mass. After leaving Mass, I got a full-time job. I wanted the job so bad, I walked home. It's 2 hours and 45-minute walk from there to my house. I walked there for a whole week. That's how bad I wanted this job. And now my life is better, my bills is paid now, everything is looking good, I'm blessed.
From the time I went into the door at JFES till I got hired here, 90 days. That was pretty quick. My life is back to normal. I'm working full time. I'm able to raise my daughter, able to take care of her. It's back to normal.
This program is so good, so excellent. My case manager helped me to find a job in Marwick. So now I have work, I have car, I have nice home. And now here we're making better life, and we are so happy.
Today I'm standing at the entrance to IRIS, the Refugee Resettlement Agency in New Haven, where we piloted a new initiative in partnership with Workforce Alliance and the Department of Social Services. We embedded a Jobs First case manager, Carmela, here at IRIS to work closely with Aniko and her colleagues, enabling refugees from war-torn countries to make a seamless transition into the JFES program. Refugees in the JFES program can also access language assistance, employment and job development services, housing assistance, and other support services. This model has alleviated many barriers that refugees have faced in accessing JFES services.
It's really cool that our clients get to see Carmela at our office, which is a familiar space for them, and they feel safe at IRIS. And we're kind of like their second family when they first arrive here, and Carmela is part of that family. The fact that they have someone at the American Job Center that they know encourages them to go there more often and to find out more about what services they offer.
It's going very well. The participants like the fact that someone is here that can meet with them and guide them through certain things that Department of Social Services is asking of them, but also to assist them to achieve goals and to interact with the American Job Center so that they can understand the programs that are being offered there as well.
The pilot program has really benefited our families, and I hope that it continues.
Since our Jobs First participants have transportation as a barrier to employment, we launched a pilot program this past year in the Eastern and Northwest regions to help address this issue by giving participants the ability to access ride-sharing services such as Lyft and Uber to get back and forth to work or training when public transportation is not a viable option.
Connecticut's Jobs First Employment Services program is helping families gain employment to enrich their lives without the need for cash assistance. JFES participants receive services at American Job Centers located throughout the state. The JFES program is administered by the Connecticut Department of Labor in partnership with the Connecticut Department of Social Services and the 5 Workforce Development Boards: Capital Workforce Partners, Workforce Alliance, the Northwest Regional Workforce Investment Board, the Workplace Incorporated, and the Eastern Connecticut Workforce Investment Board. During the state fiscal year 2019, 7,465 low-income families were served. The Jobs First Employment Services program assists a diverse population. 83% of participants were female. Most participants were between the ages of 18 and 33. The challenges facing Jobs First Employment Services participants are extensive. The most commonly reported barriers to employment include lack of access to or inability to pay for transportation and/or childcare, limited work history, language, and housing. 86% of JFES participants had multiple barriers to employment. In addition, 32% did not have a high school diploma or GED. Of all of the JFES participants tested, 77% were deficient in basic reading and/or math skills. The JFES program emphasizes a work-first approach. Job search and both unsubsidized and subsidized employment activities are combined with education and training. The goal is to promote the ability of each participant to become independent of cash assistance. During the state fiscal year 2019, 35% of JFES participants were working. Average wages were $12.12 per hour.